Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have the LEGO Ninjago 2012 set, Epic Dragon Battle, and this set retailed for $119.99, and it is set number 9450 and had 3 big instruction booklets. I'll grab one of them for you, right here. They all have the same picture on the front, so they all look the same, except, you know, there's a 1, a 2, and a 3. But it's set number 9450, and yeah, comes with 7 minifigures, and I think it had like 900 something pieces. But then again, a bunch of the pieces were these dragon heads, so don't really complain about that. The first figure we're going to take a look at is JZX. Obviously, probably the least sought after minifigure in the set. Most common of all of them. One of the more common ZX outfits too. So, you know, there's his face printing. You can see. I'm not going to take a long time looking at this figure because he is very common. He does come with a dark pearl gray sai, which is actually kind of hard to find in that color. And there's the back printing on the torso. And yeah, that is J. And now the second most common figure in the set would probably be Sensei Wu here. This version of Sensei Wu is the 2012 version, and he appears in several sets, including this set, Destiny's Bounty, the 2013 Temple of Light, and I think he appears in some other set, but I can't quite think of it off the top of my head. So he does come with a brown staff, just a regular Sensei staff, and he's a little blurry, so let's focus him in there. He said let's focus him in there, there we go. And you can see his golden rice hat, his regular Sensei face print, as you can see. He has his beard, there's the torso printing on this figure, and the leg printing, and he does have back printing on the torso, which we'll take a look at in just a second. And there you go, it's got the little snake symbol, which is apparently supposed to protect from evil. And yeah, that is Sensei. And for the last good guy in this set, we have the Green Ninja, who actually, this set was the, in this set was where we figured out who the Green Ninja was. Because it was revealed before it was revealed in the show that this minifigure was Lloyd Garmadon, so, you know. This is how we learned he was the Green Ninja. This is the original Green Ninja outfit. You can see his mask there has the cool dark gray. Instead of the other ninja who have silver shoulder pads back here and gold shoulder pads, he has the dark pearl gray shoulder pads. He does have double-sided face printing. His torso print is really cool. So is his leg print. And there's his back printing, which his back printing looks almost identical to the rebooted version, I think, from what I recall. But, you know, that is the Green Ninja, and he comes with a golden katana, which will fit on his shoulder pads, as I just had it back there. And now, as for the remaining 4 figures, 2 figures in this set are exclusive. Lloyd and Chokun only appear in spinner sets outside of this set, and Lord Garmadon only appears in Destiny's Bounty, the original Destiny's Bounty. But Chokun here comes with a mace, which is pretty cool. And you can see the printing on this guy is very cool as well. There's the torso printing and the back printing, but his head is a really cool mold. It's the same mold as Feng Shui, but it has some really nice printing on there, as you can see. And yeah, that's Chokun. Not too special, but now we'll take a look at Lord Garmadon, and we'll leave the 2 exclusive figures for last. So Lord Garmadon in this set comes with the golden weapons, and yes, I know he only has 1 shuriken, but the set does come with an extra, so, you know, you will have both shurikens of ice. And there is the Scythe of Quakes, simple build, Nunchucks of Lightning, also a pretty simple build, the Shurikens of Ice, are very simple because they're just one piece. And the Sword of Fire, definitely a cool mold, but it's actually become a lot more common since the golden weapons were used in sets as actual golden weapons. And now, here is Lord Garmadon, the one and only. And he still doesn't want to focus in. Please, focus. There we go. So you can see Lord Garmadon's face print there is pretty cool. It still does not want to focus. There we go. There's his face print. You can see his helmet's pretty cool. It's two pieces. It's got the little helmet base part and then the bone that will clip in there. He has the second little body piece, which is pretty cool. It's a nice color as well, and definitely adds to the figure. And there's the torso print and leg print. The torso print I think is the same as the original Garmadon, but the leg print is new compared to the 2000 and 2011 Garmadon figure. And now, the last two figures in the set are both exclusive, and they are both Serpentine Generals with tails, which is the reason that they don't appear in spinner sets. I believe the only Serpentine figure without a tail to not appear in a spinner set is Snike from the Samurai Mech. But first off, we'll take a look at Scalador, who is a very, very cool figure. And I mean, he has a battle axe, which is a very cool weapon. And it's actually on a spear, so it's kind of like double weapon, 2-in-1, I guess. And you can see Scalador has the same head mold as Baitar. And you can see that head's pretty cool. Some nice printing on there, some nice details. Some nice silver spikes. And you can see the torso print with the silver scale in the top corner. And the back of the torso print, which is pretty cool as well. And the tail has some nice printing and details on there as well. And that's it for Scalador. Now we'll take a look at Acidicus. And Acidicus' weapon here is the Hypnobrai Fang Blade, which Acidicus is a Venomari. The other two snakes in the set are Constricti, by the way. Scalador is a general and Shogun's one of his warriors. But he has the Hypnobrai Fang Blade for some reason, so, you know. I guess it does make sense that they put this guy in a set and they didn't want to put him in Lash's Bite Cycle, I guess, for some reason. But, yeah. So, you can see his torso and leg printing on there look really cool with the light green printed on the dark green. I really like the way that comes out. And little red scales on there add some cool detail, as well as a little black other details. And here's the back printing on the torso, as well as the head molding on there, and head print. All in all, this guy is a great figure, probably my favorite one in the set, maybe besides Lloyd. But that's it for the figures, and now I get to move on to some actual new stuff, because I tried recording this video before, but I ran out of battery on my camera, so I kind of have to start it again, because it didn't save the first time, which kind of stinks. But I think first we will take a look at the two smaller buildable elements, which are, I mean, they're not even really small, but we'll take a look at the Great Devourer and the little snake prison cage trail thing with Jaggy. Sorry, it'll be a little shaky for a second because I gotta extend my tripod to get on this Great Devourer's level. But you can see the Great Devourer head is built up nicely. I mean, looks pretty cool. There is some room in the mouth for a minifigure, so you can just chomp down on Jay there. Just picking on Jay because Jay's the most common figure in the set. But you can see it looks very, very cool from the front. Some nice teeth there. The teeth are silver. And there is the little weak spot that Garmadon hits with the 4 golden weapons to destroy him. And some more stickers with just some scales printed on there. And the back of his head looks okay, not fantastic, but it does have some more stickers going down the side of him, which just adds some more scale detail. And these stickers on the other side, pretty similar. But I do like this this little circle. I mean, that just adds some cool detail. I like the smooth way that looks. And this front part up to this point here is all connected. I mean, this is the only part that can move up here, just so that it stands up, and yeah, it doesn't have the ball joints until you get down to here, where you can move the tail around quite a bit. And you can move it up here. There's 1, 2, 3 ball joints, and even back here, this is on Technic pin, and then a little just regular bar socket thing. So you know, that moves around too, and you can see the back of the tail gets gradually simpler, but and smaller. But I mean, it looks pretty cool. So they definitely did a pretty good job with the Great Devourer. It doesn't look very accurate to the show, but you can definitely tell that it's supposed to be the Great Devourer, kinda, even though it doesn't look like the show at all. They just do a nice job of building a really cool snake with actual bricks. And now we move on to the little snake fortress thing, and you do get a little spider, which is kind of cool, I guess, a little creepy crawly. And you can see right here, you got the nice little bridge, which is actually on a hinge. So down here, there's just nothing. But you do have some nice red rock formations built up, just to give it some added depth. You do have this little hinge back here with a little jail door. I guess if you want to put someone down there, you really can't fit them, but you can try. This adds some more to the fact that this is kind of supposed to be a jail. But there are some more red rock formations, and you can have it like this to put some depth back there or on the side to make it look a little bit bigger. Whatever you really want to do. They give you some freedom with that. And before we get into the features of this little build, we'll take a look at the rest of the design. You can see I really like the way they do this with this piece that sticks out like half a brick, and they put the brick pattern there and some cool little posts, so it creates a little more room on the inside. And the back, you have this little wall and another one of those inverted on the bottom. And there's some arches here to make it look like it's on a little bridge. And now, as for the top, you can see the further up we go, the more detailed it gets, as for just useless details. You can see the little butterfly swords there, which are really cool looking. I really like the way those look, that mold. You can see we have these little snake heads, which can move a little bit, and are a little wobbly, but they do have some nice printing on there. These snake heads are printing the same print, I think, that you get in the Venomari Shrine, and you do have some venom dripping down. And you got 2 of those. And in the middle, these 2 bricks have stickers on them to create some cool symbols there. And at the top, there is some snake venom. There's like a snake venom fountain with 2 little golden snakes. And we'll just take a look at that back section from the back. There's a trash can here, which does play a part in the little function. And we'll use Jay as our little test subject here. Move the little spider onto this rock here. And we can just open up this little gate. Inside there, you can see, it's actually really tough to see, but there is a little sticker on the inside with some tally marks, like tallying how long they've been in jail. And yeah, so you can throw the minifig in there and close that up, and then you can turn around, and this little trash can actually has some little snake venom, and they drop down, and you might have seen that. But what actually happens is, since I can't really show you super well from the perspective of the minifig, these little studs drop on them. I'll do it one more time with the actual cage open. And actually, I'll grab the light again just to give you a better look into there. So what happens is, if I tilt up the trash can, those little studs come down. And there actually might have been 3 in there. I might have dropped one, but yeah, I don't quite remember how many are supposed to be in there. But they do sometimes fall. There's a little 1x1 brick opening in the back, and they sometimes fall in there and get caught. There isn't a perfect system, but I think it works pretty well. So there is that. And the other thing with this little building is that you can stick the Great Devourer's tail under there, and then it looks really cool, really menacing, like the Great Devourer is going underneath that bridge. But that is all for the bad guy side of things. And now we have the Ultra Dragon. And this thing looks really cool. It's really big. It actually isn't made of as many pieces as it looks like it's made of. But I'm going to have to do some crazy things to get it to all fit on the screen. But you can see this here is Shard, the ice dragon head, like, because this is the 4 elemental dragons. After they grow older and they're adults, I guess, they become one big dragon, I guess. Does that make sense? But this is Shard. You can see it has the ice symbol, and there's the printing on the head, and they all have the same bottom jaw. If it's going to be realistic to the show, you're going to want to swap Shard's head and Flame's head. Because Flame is on the outside in the show. So, I mean, I guess just a small misdirection that they give you, but that is kind of wrong. But this is how the directions tell you to put it together, so this is how I review it. So it is a little inaccurate. And there is Flame with the fire symbol, and there is the printing on the side of the head. And it's the same printing on the other side, basically, but mirrored. And this is Rocky. Rocky is a different head mold for the top part of his head. And you can see the printing on there. He doesn't have his symbol, which is a little weird. And last but not least, we have Wisp with the lightning symbol and printing on the side of his head. And Wisp and Shard on the outsides have these little shooters. I'm going to use Shard to demonstrate, but you can just push down. And sometimes it's hard to get it to work right, but you can shoot out a little green orb. And this is obviously supposed to be like the green energy power stuff. And I'll put that back in there. And now, as for the connections, these are all connected on one ball and socket joint. In here, that's a little seating area for Lloyd. He actually stands on that brown plate back there. So let's see if I can get him in. I don't know if I'll be able to, but you can usually fit him in with the sword in his hand. You just gotta position him right, and there he is. And I do like how they use the little rifles as little barriers. That adds a nice little touch there. This is a sticker, and that's a sticker, but you know, they're kind of cool on the little half UFO things. Because I call them UFO things because they were used in UFOs from Alien Conquest, and that's the first place I remember seeing him. And you can see he does have 2 front legs, which have double ball joints, a ball joint up here, and a ball joint on the bottom. Take a look at that. There's the ball joint leg, and here's his big wing. You can see it's very cool. His wings will spread out, and that's the main feature basically. And when the wings spread out, it's kind of ridiculous how big this thing is. I have to hold it back here, like over the edge of my desk, in order for you to see the whole thing. And that's the big wingspan. You pull up this white lever, and the wings pull up. You put it down on the ground, and it'll be like in standing mode. So that's pretty cool. That's the main feature of this build. But you can see the rice hats guard the little hands, which basically just have 3 claws. And the wings can kind of move around a little bit. You can do a little bit of positioning with those. And he does have the same kind of legs on the other side. And as for the back, you can see it uses these things with little pins in order to get it to open the wings up. Some cool Technic build Some cool Technic designs. I just broke that. But you can see in the back, it's got some of these cool little pieces, just to give it some more shape and mass to the body. This is a very sturdy handle, by the way. But you can see down the back on the tail, which is the last big section we have to cover, it's got these little green things to be like scales, and they are kind of flexible. I do like that. I do like these white big scales that you can turn to the side. Those make it look really cool. And there's a look at the back legs with the little rice hats. And you can do a little bit of moving around these things in the back. Yeah, it's got a nice amount of flexibility. But all in all, I think this dragon looks really cool. I do have one complaint about it, and it actually just happened. These dragon mouths do fall off quite often. But other than that, it's pretty cool. It's definitely cool looking. Definitely would recommend it for display. Not quite sure if I'd recommend it for playing a lot, because after a while, if you keep playing with it, those mouths won't ever stay on unless you glue it. And I mean, I'm not a really big fan of gluing Lego pieces, but I honestly, if I have to, well, first of all, if stuff breaks, I do glue it. And like this Garmadon actually broke the helmet, so I glued it together, and I have that one on display. And this is actually the Temple of Light one, just with the bone instead. But anyway, if I do have to glue those mouths, I will in the future, but for now I'm trying to get them to stay on their own. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless, and let me know if your dragon mouths are falling off as much as mine are. I do have the Golden Dragon set, and that mouth doesn't fall off as much as these ones, so I don't know if it's just this set or if it's just mine in particular. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a fan-fantastic day.